something's about to happen to your brand. Let me know if you're ready to learn how to properly sell the right products into the right faces. When it comes to building Shopify stores like this one right here, it is all based off of research. And even if you have a brand, maybe you try to put some products out there with Facebook ads or any type of marketing whatsoever, and maybe it didn't work out in the very beginning. There's a few reasons behind that. One of the biggest reasons is because your design sucks and it doesn't resonate with anybody. And I do say that as respectfully as possible, because you have to really think, whenever you created your design, your product, was it all based off of 100% of your creativity? Did you take any feedback from someone else? And in the very beginning, maybe you want to share your expression of your creativity and that's what you want to get out into the world. Sometimes it just doesn't work out in your favor in the very beginning. So sometimes you can create products that are related to your brand, and over time collect the data, collect the emails, collect the phone numbers, and then you can retarget them at a future time as your brand grows more and more, and you can start to introduce them to more of your creative works as a whole. And we'll talk about Facebook ads slightly. As you can see, we spent $1,000 today to so far get $3,600 in return. These are 50% margin products, so we made roughly $1,600 in profit so far for this day. So when it comes to your brand, we have to really think what niche you are in, but now we're trying to validate the design, see if it's a winning product that we can recreate, and then we can put it in front of an audience that we know that this design already works. So let's say you have a Christian brand. Just gonna put Christian shirt, and now we have a whole bunch of products that can be related to our Christian brand, and now these are designs that we know are working. Not only because it says popular now, that could be one identification, but there's more ways to look at it. As you can see, I have this down here. If you're new here, this is called Everbee. It's a Google Chrome extension, so it gives me an idea of the sales and the volume, even the conversion rate that this product is actually doing. So this gives me analytics and lets me know which products I could actually focus on. All right, so let's say this Waymaker design right here, maybe I thought this was a design that looks really nice, and it does look nice, but we don't necessarily know if it works with our audience 100%. It says monthly sales of 13, which is okay, but you know what, maybe I wanted to try something else. Check this one out. This one's a lot more simple of a design and is doing roughly 488 monthly sales. So maybe I want to focus on something that's more like this. As a designer, and if this is your style, you probably wanted to put this to market, but instead we can use data and go with something like this. So we can click on it, and now it says the way, the truth, and the life, and it is in a cross. It looks like there's something down here as well. It says John 14:6. So now we can also click analyze listing right here, and now Everbee is going to give me even more data on this actual product. So most of the content on this channel is kind of Etsy related, but I'm starting to introduce a lot more Shopify to you guys because I know a lot of you all have your own brands, and maybe that's something you want to focus on. But it's hard for me to coach brands when you guys want to be 100% creative. You have to be flexible and coachable to the point where you are able to take some of your creativity away and allow yourself to be open to other types of designs, especially if the data is already showing that it is working. This can also help you out with your keywords for even your website. So, you know, when it comes to doing search engine optimization on your own website, this is going to help you get optimized. So if they search these keywords on Google, eventually they can find your product. You probably won't be ranked on Google immediately, but this can be helpful as well for all those SEO keywords at the very bottom. But more importantly, you need to get the right product in the right people's faces. So we have this design. I'm going to leave this up. Maybe we can find another one as well. Check this out. It says 38 people bought this in the last 24 hours. So let me see what exact price this really is. You could probably even charge more on your own website. So the customer is paying roughly $24.69 for this actual product. Even with print on demand, something like this will cost close to $14 shit. So you're looking at close to $10 in profit. Obviously, since this is Etsy, there are additional fees. So let's say even if you're selling this on Etsy, after fees, you're making roughly $8.87 profit each. And this is what print on demand. So this particular shop right here made $8.87 times 38. $337 in profit in just the last 24 hours, which is pretty awesome. And that's if they use print on demand. Of course, if you're probably watching this video and you want to build out your own Shopify store, you're probably fulfilling yourself or want to fulfill yourself, because I notice most brand owners want to take 100% creative control. So this is one of the times where you got to step back and say, hey, you know what? Let's really look at the data and see what we can do here. So we have that shirt right there. Here's another way we can look real quick. I just pulled up the product analytics page of Everbee, and now check it out. I have even more data. I have this one right here already doing $11,000 per month. And let's see what it says. Make heaven crowded. Oh man, I love that. I love that. Come on, make heaven crowded. That's awesome. That's $28 right there. 33 really. $6 shipping. Man, they're making close to like $16 profit each on this one. This does look embroidered, so that's pretty sick. I love this right here. So let's say you have a Christian brand. Those are two things we just did. We just validated winning products, winning designs. If we want to really see if this is trademark, what we can do as well, I'm on the USPTO.gov website, which is the United States Patent and Trademark Office. So now I'm just going to type in that phrase, make heaven crowded, see what's up. So looks like no one was really able to get through with that right there. Look like someone abandoned it right here. So it's pretty much free game right now. All right, so let's pull up our handy dandy design website. This is called Kittl.com. If you don't know by now, you do get a special discount using my code down below. Then you get something for free, like some months off or something. So now I'm just going to type in Christian. I just want to see what pops up already here. So if you want to go kind of more the streetwear vibe, you can use this one. I do kind of like the clean look that this one has. It's just real simple, nice, embroidered. That's my kind of style right there. So I have this one pulled to the side. I'm also gonna still look at a few other ones, kind of like this style that's going on right here. So really I have 3 of them put up. I didn't really know which one to go with, and what I can do is go to the other ones that I opened, click on this right here. I'm gonna do Control C on Windows or Command C on Mac. That's just a copy, and then you're gonna paste it on here, which is Control V, Command V. Now do the same thing with this one. That way I have everything that I liked on one page right there. So cool. I really don't know which one I want to deal with. I don't know which one I want to design, but I like what's going on. So now what we can do, this one looks similar to the one with the cross already, so we can just go ahead and click on it. The way, the truth, and the light. So now we're gonna kind of pull this out, that way everything kind of fits. I'm gonna delete this one right here, and you can also resize it. As you can see, it is kind of aligned to the left, so what you need to do is align it in the center, just like that right there. So we could either do that right there, or we could try it out right here. Really don't know if I like the way that text looks. It's kind of hard to read, so I'm gonna delete that. Oh, look at this one. This one's perfect for us already. I like that. All right, kind of like it when it's small though. Let's go ahead and kind of put it this way, just like how we saw on the actual design. Cool. So honestly, like, that looks really simple, but I like that. Especially even if it's printed on a charcoal t-shirt design, I think that'll look really smooth right there. Now, let's go ahead and go on to our next design. I'm gonna go on over to here. And this one was really simple. It just says make heaven crowded, but we're not gonna use that same exact style. We're just gonna try to see what this font looks like. And as you can see, it doesn't necessarily fit because the text is too large. So what we need to do is resize it right here. I'm just gonna put 40, see what that turns out to be. Maybe a little bit too small. I am gonna delete this one right here because I just don't see it fitting this actual quote right here. So what I'm gonna do is remove this transformation, this arch right here. I'm just gonna come on down here, click on that real quick. Oh, my bad. Click on this right here, remove transformation. Awesome. Now I'm gonna squeeze that down and resize it. Perfect. Now the line height is a little much, so we need to decrease it to something like that. So the C looks a little funny to me. It's kind of hard to read. See, I'm not too sure I love this font style with this, but it's always worth a shot. See, now we can go ahead and go with the more simple design because I did like that to begin with. I'm not too sure I like that either. I feel like I just love the way that they did it. Really simple. So let's go ahead and come back on over here. This is what I like about Kittl because there's multiple templates for me already, so I don't have to get too entirely creative and start from scratch because I'm not the best designer in the world, and this just helps me already be inspired to just go ahead and start typing and design right away. I know sometimes you might do the research and then all of a sudden you open up a blank canvas on Photoshop and you're like, where do I go from here? But with this already having everything you can edit, it's really simple for you to just go ahead and get the ball rolling and move on to the next step and start selling. So I do like the colorways on this one. I'm not too sure I love the design. So if you already had your own logos going on though, you could go ahead and put it down here. So I did kind of like how they had the arch to begin with. I think with it all in one line, it's kind of hard to read. So let's see if we can do something like that. Copy and paste this one, change this one to heaven. All right, so now the arch does not match. So what we need to do is just make it like this. So now as you can see, the layer is above though, and I want this one in the back, so I can right click it, click to back. Perfect. And we'll copy and paste it one more time, and it does seem a little off center. So what I'm gonna do is click on all three, and then we'll click on this button right here, and it did line it up a little bit. So this one does kind of have a different aesthetic. I don't really hate it, but it's not bad. And I think as a shirt online, it might work slightly better, or in person for sure. You're just making definitely a statement because it's so large and it's so hard to miss. For something like this, it is a lot more simple and reserved, which I'm a fan of, but I always try to keep my own personal preference out of the way just slightly, you know? All right, so I just typed in heaven this time. I see this text right here is probably interesting, and you can still keep that simple aesthetic going on. So I'm curious about that one right there. All right, delete. Let's see if this is a font. It is. Oh, I love it. All right, now let's go ahead and resize this to like 72. So now I'm gonna scale that down and scale this up. Boom. I like this. Really nice and simple. We could even go straight across like the original, but I think it's larger and it makes a little bit more of a statement, and it still has a simple text style. So I think this is a winner to me. All right, so we have two designs based off of research. What I'm gonna do is just make a quick little mock-up and see what just happens if I move this over here. If I click this, bring it to front. I knew there was some kind of layer style going on with that right there. Oh, what is going on? Because this right here was not a vector image. We need to vectorize this. So let's try to do a background remover real quick, and then let's vectorize it. All right, cool. So now we have that. Let's go ahead and make that maybe white. So it doesn't look that good on that hoodie, maybe on the back. I just want to see what it was going to look like. Let's try it on that charcoal shirt. Gonna pull it on over here. Send that to the back. That looks pretty cool. All right, so now let's go ahead and mock our other one up right here. And now even black looks pretty good, but you could probably use one of the more nude colors. And this is one of the ones you don't need to make so large. Like simple is better. Even though it's small, it still makes a loud statement. So we can go with a dark green color, or we can even go with the brown on brown. I like the brown on brown. I even like the green on cream kind of ordeal. Either one, that works for me. So when it comes to designing your actual products, especially even if it's on your own Shopify website, you need to base off of product research. So if you had a Christian brand and you just sat there and came up with every single design that you thought was going to work with the audience, it might not work in the very beginning. In the very beginning, you might want to do some research so that you know proven products that actually work with the customers already. And I just broke down how to do some research for you. I didn't just tell you go do research before you put it in the market. I showed you how to do the research. So make sure you implement that. And now when it comes to running advertising, it's really easy to choose different interests based on your actual product or your brand or whatever niche you're in. But prior, maybe you selected these interests before and you put a product in front of their face that they didn't like to begin with. There's always variables when it comes to running ads or marketing in general. You could have really, really nice content and the product you're promoting is probably just not great. So they're not going to convert. Now, if you're doing some great marketing, the content is really great and the product, they also like it, now you're one step closer to the actual conversion. I'll post all the links to the tools that I use in this video down below in the comment section. If this video helped you out, feel free to comment and let me know. If you want to see more Shopify content going into the next year, let me know as well. I'll see you on the next one.